products become smarter and more connected, it's important that we're able to demonstrate to their users not only what they look like, but also how they work together with the devices that we carry around with us every day. And to do that, we need to connect the representation of products that we experience in media with their functions and their software as well. And this needs to happen right at the early stage of the design, because we need to imagine how these products will actually be used, not just on their own, but when they come into contact with all of these devices that we use to interact with the world around us. To do that, Tim Rao is going to tell you a little bit more about how we connect systems engineering to media.
Hi, my name is Tim Rao. I'm 3DEXCITE's Director for Tech Sales of the worldwide team, and therefore very close to our customers that are split all over the world, different industries, different challenges, and we always deliver value to them. Today my focus is on a very trending topic, which is all around us. Products become more and more complex, not just because of electronics, but because of software as well. And one great example is the car. Everybody knows what a car is, sits in a car, maybe has a car, and also sees what modern cars are developed towards or are designed towards. Very sophisticated user experiences that you experience inside a car. It's not the mechanical thing from decades ago, which consists of surfaces and parts and mechanics that are straightforward. Today a car is made out of still clearly physical objects, but there is a huge amount of electronics that was added to this product and equal amount of software that was added to this product as well. And that makes life hard on the designers, on the engineering side, right? Because physical products like the mechanics and the electronic things and the software, like when you develop them, they don't exist as such. And then building something where all these three components should interact in unison with each other to create a very compelling customer experience is really a challenge. Now, there is a solution for that in the engineering design world, which is called MBSE, which stands for Model-Based System Engineering. And the 3DEXperience platform and its tools is absolutely delivering great tools, processes, toolboxes to exactly answer on this MBSE transformation of developing products. What that means is that mechanical engineers, as well as electronical engineers, as well as software developers can work in parallel, and not just in parallel, but really interconnected. So they can run iterations of prototyping the virtual mechanics with the virtual electronics, with the code that has been developed, and see what the outcome is, right? Which typically is, or in very many cases, is what the customer experience will be. So they can basically prototype and simulate what the customer experience is in zeros and ones, in numbers and outcomes and spreadsheets. Now it's very hard to interpret these results again into, okay, what is it really like if the future customer of that product, in this example the car, what does he experience? What does it feel like? What does he look at? Like, what's happening surrounding him? Yeah. And that's something that we challenge ourselves to find a solution for. The easiest thing there is to visualize the combined outcome of the systems, of basically the model-based system engineering. And that's something that we can achieve through the creative experience inside the 3DEXperience platform, and we can connect different things. The base is the visualization of the product. That comes with the geometry, with the materials, with maybe also light and shadow, behaviors of the product, displays inside a car cockpit, for example. And that's then connected to the actually in development systems. Yeah? So you can create connections to this virtual twin experience twin, and you can connect it to a system, you can connect it to the code base, and then you can trigger behaviors in the virtual experience twin that come from the actual simulation of the system. Again, staying with the example of the car, for one big thing is, for example, when you approach a car, what happens if you open the door? Yeah? Today it's not just clunk, clunk, you open the door, enter the car, you close the door. No, today, or also in the future, you open the door, maybe the seat rotates towards you for easier entry, displays fire up and welcome you into the car, some mood lighting, depending on the time of day, will change and invite you into the car. All of that needs to be designed, right? The timing of these things, the brightness of the light, the sequence of these interactions, that's what a customer experience designer does and what he really thinks up, what he imagines what it should be. And it is being developed in those systems, in electronics, in software, and in the mechanics. So he needs feedback of that, right? Like, what is the current status of the development? What does it feel like? What does it look like? And again, this is where we come back to what our part of the solution is, really to create that experience in the virtual world. And because our solution is so well integrated in the 3DEXCITE platform, you can run very, very high efficiently iterations of that, because everybody can work in parallel. You don't have breaks or disruption of the data. You really go, like somebody changes something, you rerun the experience and you see what the outcome is, right? So it makes it super easy to also play with different ideas of sequence, of light, of color, of interaction between the user and the car. And that makes it so valuable, because you're not developing days on mechanics, weeks on the software, to then find out like, hey, the idea is not actually that great, or hey, there's a bug in the software and it doesn't work, right? And like multiple customers are working with this idea, like how can we validate, how can we build in the visual validation of the development of customer experience in our daily work. One of these customers is Faurecia, huge supplier for automotive, and they are in the moment developing their idea of the cockpit of the future, which they exactly do with these methods, with MBSE, with visual validation during the development process, in order to really develop the best experience in their cockpit. And maybe also to very quickly create multiple different variations of that. Yeah? So different customers, so their customers are the large OEMs in the automotive world. Maybe different customers have different flavors of what their cockpit of the future should feel like, should be experienced like. So they can finally iterate depending on the customer's flavor as well. But it doesn't just stop there. It doesn't stop in the automotive world, right? Automotive was just an example. It also happens surrounding all of us with less prominent examples in heavy machinery, in agricultural machines like tractors. There's so much electronics and software in today's tractor world. Yeah? I invite you, go into one of these big trade shows, get onto a tractor and really imagine yourself like, how do I turn this thing on? It's really complex, it has a lot of software, which has a lot more functional needs and results than the everyday consumer experience of the car. But it's equally, if not more so, it needs the validation of what will it be? Yeah? What will it be when we've done with the development of the product? What does it feel like in the real world? Next to these large, complex machines, you can also see that in today's consumer electronics, right? In modern home and lifestyle products. There's more and more products where the physical object that you have in your hand is not the whole thing. That's just a small part of the actual product that you buy. It's more and more about the experience, that how you interact with it. You might interact with it remotely. You might even include something like a web channel of that product or a web connection of that channel of that product as part of the product world, as part of the product experience. And that makes it even more complicated. Yeah. With the 3DEXCITE platform, as said, you can connect all these worlds, and with our solutions within the 3DEXCITE platform, you can actually make it experienceable. So you really see what it will look like. You really can feel it, well, not tactile, but you can immerse yourself. So you could even use an HMD or an HTC Vive in order to immerse yourself into the 3D world. And you can really interact with it in order to play around what it feels like. In that sense, you really get a virtual twin experience of a product that might be only standing in front of you in 3 years' time. And at that early stage, that's the huge value. You can validate what it's going to feel like. You can create better customer experience by just the speed of iterations that you can do. And at the very end, you can basically make sure that the customer experience with that product is the best in this world, which again should give you a lot of good reasons to make good revenue.
So thank you for joining us on this latest installment in the 3DEXCITE vlog series. I hope you enjoyed it, and to stay in touch, to learn more, please follow us on social media and sign up at our user community. I'll see you next time.